The very idea of world peace has turned out to be a joke, as the world's major powers are involved in constant conflict. Wars are sprouting as international relations are worsening. Now, with the savage Israel-Hamas conflict, the Israel ally, the US, has gotten itself too much involved in it. With the US growing tired of this endless struggle, you can tell one thing: US patience is running out. Enough is enough. The United States has now deployed the US B-52, which is on its way to Hamas. That's not all, as this brute is approaching Hamas with a so-called secret bomb. Get ready for the adrenaline-triggering arrival of America's feared bomber, the B-52, and the most feared explosives that it brings to war.
Probably be the most famous airplane ever.
The Israel-Hamas conflict is escalating amidst these tense times. Israel has been reinforced by the deployment of the American B-52 Stratofortress bombers. The conflict is characterized by airstrikes on the Gaza Strip, targeting the bases of Hamas, and it has been a clear show of support from the United States in the form of these war machines. This is a gruesome aircraft that boasts a high bomb capacity, making this an important step in terms of causing destruction. What makes the aircraft different is that it requires a crew of 5 for operation. With advanced weapon systems, it is undoubtedly a state-of-the-art tool for warfare. The Boeing B-52 Stratofortress is America's long-range, subsonic, jet-powered strategic bomber. It is a project that was both designed and built by Boeing, which has also continued to provide support and upgrades. Since the 1950s, this huge plane has been in operation by the United States Air Force. It can get up to 70,000 pounds of weapons and also has a typical combat range of around 8,800 miles without aerial refueling. It can carry out various orders, as its arsenal comes with a variety of bombs, missiles, and landmines, providing the aircraft with the flexibility to execute various types of missions. The long-range capability and high altitude of the B-52 provide it with both offensive and defensive capabilities, literally making it a military menace for Hamas. This gigantic plane can fly at high subsonic speeds at altitudes up to 50,000 feet and can carry nuclear or precision-guided conventional ordnance with worldwide precision navigation capability. When needed, it can also perform strategic attacks, close air support, and air interdiction, offensive counter-air and maritime operations, making the bomber an all-rounder. It has proven its efficiency when it comes to its application in ocean surveillance. It will assist the US Navy in anti-ship and mine-laying operations, meaning that this bomber plays a major role even beyond the US Air Force. Just 2 B-52s are capable of monitoring 140,000 square miles of ocean surface in 2 hours. This will mean that the bombers are extensively used by the US Navy. These big aircraft are equipped with 2 electro-optical viewing sensors, forward-looking infrared and advanced targeting pods to augment targeting, battle assessment, and flight safety. The operating pilots use night vision goggles to enhance their vision during night operations. Night vision goggles provide greater safety during night operations by increasing the pilot's ability to visually clear terrain, avoid enemy radar, and see other aircraft in a lights-out environment. The B-52s are upgrading from the Lightning Advanced Targeting Pod to the Sniper Advanced Targeting Pod. What makes sniper pods better is that they provide improved long-range target detection or identification and continuous stabilized surveillance for all missions, and that includes close air support of ground forces. Apart from that, the pod's advanced targeting and image processing technology will contribute to increasing the combat effectiveness of the bomber during day, night, and under the weather conditions in attack of ground units with a variety of standoff weapons such as laser-guided bombs, conventional bombs, and GPS-guided weapons. Aerial refueling provides it with a range that is limited only by crew endurance. It has an unrefueled combat range that exceeds 8,800 miles, and it's astonishing to say that the aircraft has remained the backbone of the manned strategic bomber force for the United States for a period that exceeds 40 years. This bomber is capable of dropping or launching the widest array of weapons in the US inventory, which includes gravity bombs, cluster bombs, precision-guided missiles, and joint direct attack munitions. When updated with modern technology, the aircraft will have the capacity to deliver the full complement of joint-delivered weapons, and there is no doubt that the 21st century will witness this bomber as one of the United States' most important elements of defense. As per the current engineering analyses, the aircraft's lifespan will extend beyond the year 2040. The first bomber initially flew in 1954, and the B model stepped into service in 1955. A total of 744 of it were built, with the last B-52H that was delivered in October 1962. In May 1961, the first 102 of them was delivered to Strategic Air Command. The H model can carry up to 20 air-launched cruise missiles. It can also carry the conventional cruise missile that was launched in several contingencies during the 1990s, which began with Operation Desert Storm and culminated with Operation Iraqi Freedom. The aircraft showcased its jaw-dropping flexibility during Operation Desert Storm and again during Operation Allied Force. During that, we witnessed it striking wide area troop concentrations, fixing installations and bunkers, and decimating the morale of Iraq's Republican Guard. From September 2nd to 3rd, 1996, 2 of these bombers struck Baghdad power stations and communications facilities with 13 AGM-86Cs, conventional air-launched cruise missiles, as part of Operation Desert Strike. This mission proved to be the longest distance flown for a combat mission, and it involved a 34-hour, 16,000 statute mile round trip from Barksdale Air Force Base in Los Angeles. So the adoption of this bomber during the Israel-Hamas conflict might not be a bad idea, especially if destruction is the primary goal. The B-52s have had a dark history, with the aircraft being kept armed with nuclear weapons airborne 24 hours a day in case of a nuclear attack by the Soviet Union during Operation Chrome Dome. In 2001, the bomber played a major role in Operation Enduring Freedom, providing the ability to loiter high above the battlefield and provide close air support through the use of precision-guided munitions. But that was not all, as the bomber had also played a role in Operation Iraqi Freedom. March 21, 2003 saw the launch of approximately 100 CALCMs by B-52H during a night mission. Currently, only the H model remains in the Air Force inventory and is assigned to the 5th Bomb Wing at Minot Air Force Base, North Dakota, and the 2nd Bomb Wing at Barksdale Air Force Base, LA, which falls under the Air Force Global Strike Command. Apart from them, the aircraft is also assigned to the Air Force Reserves Command's 307th Bomb Wing at Barksdale. The deployment of the B-52 Stratofortress to Israel is nothing but an example of an instance where powerful nations come to the aid of their allies in times of conflict. This act makes one thing crystal clear: the United States is committed to the defense of Israel. The B-52 is one of the most important bombers of the US Air Force, and if they're sending one against Hamas, then it's quite evident that it isn't going to be empty. This leads us to the speculation of a secret bomb that might just be a big threat to Hamas. Only time will prove this right or wrong. Well, how this deployment will influence the ongoing conflict is indeed yet to be seen, but yes, there are potential outcomes. One among them is that the deployment could turn out to be the escalation of the conflict, as it could provoke a response from Hamas or its allies. Another potential outcome is that it could also lead to the de-escalation of the conflict. So, what do you think? Will this ongoing conflict turn out to be worser than ever before, or would this bomber be the cause of calming things down? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We'll see you guys in the next one.